Hello, guys. This is Nikki, also known as Faces Trader, and you're watching Awesome 10X Live Global Market Update for September 16, 2020. It's a Wednesday. Today, we're going to discuss YOTAO. Of course, this is YOTAO. This is the chart of YOTAO. It closed 13.8% last night. And as you know, I have been actively promoting YOTAO. If you were watching my Spotify, should YOTAO be on your portfolio? This is a podcast that I've made last year, December 2019. And I don't podcast right now as much as I used to because I'm doing this daily update videos. But as you could see, I like YOTAO because China's online education is growing. And so when it listed in the market last year as a spin-off from NetEase, it was something that I wanted to discuss. So should YOTAO be in your portfolio? That was around 12 US dollars. Indeed, YOTAO went from about 12 to as high as 48. As you could see here, let me show to you the chart of YOTAO. YOTAO ticker symbol is DAO. It actually had an IB of 17 spin-off, but it opened here at about 12. So actually, I was one of the one who was surprised that there was a very little buyer on YOTAO, despite me liking the company. So actually, I used that opportunity that people were not as hot for YOTAO for me to buy it cheap. That was here. It opened at about below 16. That was below the $17 IPO. Here at about 12, we saw that it was bottoming out. So here at about 14, exactly at 14, that's when we were publishing during December 2019 to buy YOTAO. In fact, 14, we also saw that resistance at 16. In just 2 days, it went to as high as 29. We were benefiting on that move. And then, of course, it fell back during the COVID pandemic, back to that 17 area. And then we saw that another buying opportunity at 20 happened. This was something of a surprise to me that the 29 area before became a support, 26, such that it went to 45. So the reality is, I'm not sure how many of our own Awesome 10X investors and traders had held all the way to about 45. Me personally, I only got as high as 27, 28. So I wasn't able to buy anymore at this breakout. I thought that I was late. But 20 and about 17, 14, that one, I was very much prepared to buy that. Good earnings actually for YOTAO. YOTAO came up with about 200+% growth. But the market was, of course, seeing that YOTAO already went from about 12 to as high as 48. So the company was actually sold down on more earnings news. And similarly, it fell from about 48 back to 24 or 50% down. The company is down 50%, but it's actually up 100% from that $12 mark. And actually it's about 40% above from 17. So why do I like YOTAO? Why don't we watch a little bit of what YOTAO's products are? YOTAO has YOTAO Dictionary Pen. This is just a minute, so let me watch with you together. So actually, there's more that I love about YOTAO. Oops, sorry. Wait, back. So YOTAO translates everything to Chinese. It's actually the Google Translate of China. So it is an education company, but they have these powerful tools such as the YOTAO pen. They also have what I would argue an AR and a VR, wherein you could just use the Yotao to see signs. So let me just find videos on that. This is the Xiaomi Yotao translator unboxing. That's good. For those who aren't aware, Yotao has, this was the long-term plan after IPO. As I said, during the IPO, Yotao fell 20%. So from 17, it went to as low as 12 something. And it's actually one of the most powerful companies, in my view, that I actually argued that had to be bought December 2019. In my argument today at about 26.5, I think that some people are picking it up after falling from about 48 to 24 from a fundamental reason that education, online education, should merge with offline education. A lot of a lot of Chinese are using Yotao. Those who aren't aware should just simply check their earnings profile. Their earnings profile suggested a 225% growth in enrollments online, because there are a lot of students in China, from the young ones to the older ones, who need to speak in English, or they just need to translate a lot of things. And Yotao leads in that. There was actually a very good video about Yotao, which I would argue that you should watch. Why don't we watch a lot of these? Scan the cans. So, of course, you saw a while ago that a lot of Chinese people. So the company was actually just $1.5 billion during that time. Today's market cap for Yotao is still less than about $3 billion company. And Yotao, I think, is a company that will go back to about $35 at the very least, back to these levels, or even go more than 48. It can even reach that all-time highs one of these quarters. So Yotao, the problem with Yotao is, you might say that there's a lot of competition in the translate market, but I would but take sorry guys, I wasn't aware that you weren't able to see the hear the audio. Nonetheless, you could see that I like Yotao because it does have a lot of tools that enable a lot of Americans and China. Actually, they help today a lot of Chinese. I argue that what the technology that they have should help other people like us to also speak Chinese. I do believe that language translation is a very important company, especially when I was studying that the biggest disruptors when it comes to language translation, language barriers, all of these private equity startups, or not startups, but real companies, are in the private world. For instance, if you take a look in Duolingo, Duolingo, Baiju app. Baiju, of course, is the Disney education app, wherein it's done by Indian. I think it's also $1.5 billion company in the private world, wherein your Anna and Elsa, as in Frozen's Anna and Elsa, helps your children learn about physics, about cold and heat temperatures. How about Iron Man? Teaching your enjoyment of games to help people learn a language is very powerful. I myself is a big believer of Duolingo, and Duolingo has a lot of language related courses that's free, and you could of course pay as well. So these kind of business models I believe in, and Yotao has executed on that front. You could actually also check the CEO. The CEO is here. I watched a tech summit about it when I was studying Yotao. I'll show you a few videos that I liked about it. NetEase, Yotao the AI leader in online education in China. So let's go through some of his slides. Even if there's no audio for you. It's 10 minutes. I'd say that just spend your own 10 minutes watching that clip. You'd learn a lot about Yota. That parrot, that one I downloaded. This is Squirrel. I also that's for children. So these are their product lines. I downloaded these two and this one too. So what I actually want Yota to do is not just handle kids stuff, but also not just help Chinese, but also help the entire world learn Chinese. So right now the Yota Pen, it's just Chinese translating it to English. But I want them to actually help people like us, people who don't speak in Chinese, to actually learn Mandarin and other languages through the Yotao pen. So the Xiaomi Yotao pen is one of the most bestseller. So I believe in that. You can actually check all the fundamentals of Yotao. It's a company I truly believe is an awesome 10x company. Although there's a lot of competition, I think that this one highest top language apps in China is that means that this one has a lead over the rest. Now, other companies that I want to share other than Yotao, of course, yesterday, I don't know if you have if you are aware, but Skills is listing on the market as FEAC. That will be Flying Eagle Acquisition. I won't play the video anymore, but this is all in the website. So I just wanted to help people who aren't aware that you could actually make money playing games. Oh, anyway, watch this. Just gonna play the video.
Did you know that esports are a multi-billion-dollar industry that's surpassing the popularity of traditional sports like basketball, football, and baseball? But just like in traditional sports, only the top 1% of gamers are good enough to compete professionally and get recognized for their talent.
So I think like people were saying in the comments that you can only see the video, not the sound. I don't know about why. Nonetheless, what I like to share about Skills is that it is a newly SPAC. And I think like right now, the market is more appreciative of SPACs. You've seen a lot of the SPAC sponsors. Just last night, another SPAC went up. It was Chamath the billionaire is sponsoring another SPAC after Virgin Galactic. He is sponsoring Open Door, IPOB. So I watched Chamath discussing his Open Door pitch, and it went up because of that CNBC video. It was up 35% last night. So from 13, it's now at 18. It was about 11 just a few days ago. I don't want to enter at these levels. However, I think that the business model is interesting. It's basically buy and sell homes. It reminds me a little bit about Zillow, actually. Zillow, because Zillow does that, right? Or am I wrong? Because I don't study a lot of companies, but when Open Door was being discussed, this was something that I kind of got reminded of, because Zillow is also a buy and sell related app for properties. Nonetheless, as you could see, Zillow has gone from about 21 to 91. That is times 4. And so I guess there are a lot of people doing a lot of buying and selling, since some of them are switching places. And I just wanted to say that DraftKings went already 400% from this $11.50 SPAC during March. Now it's about 48, more than 400%. So I'm actually interested with Harry Sloan's SPAC, which is FIAC, or Flying Eagle Acquisition. It's going to be Skills. How it works is that they host a lot of tournaments. They already host 2 billion tournaments worldwide every year. So far, it's more about casual esports. So it could be a puzzle bubble. It could be like it could be Tetris. So it could be Mahjong. It could be Solitaire. So they'll match you up level skill. Of course, if you're a newbie level, they'll match you up with other newbies. They'll take a look so that it will be a game of skill rather than a game of chance. So that is, I think, interesting because they have already they make money as the tournament ante. So what it means is that, let's say 500 players times $20 each, that would be $10,000 prize pool. They get a cut. That the take rate is about 15%. That means that for every $10,000, they get a $1,500 revenue share from that gross tournament pool. As you could see, if you host 2 billion tournaments every year, so far as of 2020, as of this year, it's about $1.6 billion paid entry fees, and a 15% cut of that is easy to times. You just multiply. For a billion, that's 150 million. For 600 million times 15%, that's 90 million. So that's $190 million revenue this year, which I think could double and even triple, given that they only have 40 million registered users so far. And they have about $300 million of cash prizes since their inception. Well, that $300 million was in the interview of the Bloomberg. Andrew Paradise is young. He's 38 years old today. I like his company. Thanks, Anthony, for discussing that you agreed with Zillow. I think Zillow also reminds you of Open Door, right? So I'm not sure what's the market cap of Open Door versus Zillow. Is it cheap? Because Chamath is like saying that it's a 10x. Is it? Because I think like it's not unique. Is it the only unique company out there? To be honest, I'm not an American, so it's a bit hard for me to know what is the best when it comes to buying and selling homes. But I know Zillow. Even if I'm here in the Philippines, I've heard about it. So I doubt that Open Door is the leader here. Is it? Is it the leader? I think it's Zillow. Zillow Group is 14 billion, so it's 5 times bigger than Chamath's Open Door. Chamath is opening that company in a SPAC. IPOB is I'm not sure what's the listing price. Is it about 3 billion? I can't remember. Yeah, so I'm not quite sure about the revenues of I haven't studied his SPAC. So Chamath is one of the billionaires that are supporting a lot of SPACs. Of course, Virgin Space Galactic. It's not those types of companies that I personally want to be in. So like I think property as a sector, even if you do technology with it, it's not something that I truly love. I'd say differently with Airbnb though. So Airbnb, I am definitely gonna buy that when it's listed in the IPO. So talking about IPOs, today is Snowflake. Snowflake is gonna list at 110. I think that was a higher price than the reported $75 to $85. Of course, Warren Buffett is the sponsor, or rather, his lieutenant Todd Combs. I think that is a good company, Snowflake, but I'm not sure if I should pay a premium. So I might not pay a premium tonight on Snowflake. We'll see. Nonetheless, Warren Buffett, let's take a look at some of his companies. Electric vehicle, BYD company continues to go all-time highs. 1211, just a few days ago, it was teetering at that 88 level. That used to be their resistance. Now it's already a support. 1211, BYD is now trading at all-time highs of about 102. So we were buying here at about 58 and 48, and then saw some resistance at 88 and 80. Buy again back at about 70. Right now, I think if you don't have BYD, the buyback would probably be around 88. So you want to buy somewhere here at about 88. The previous high is your new support. Your resistance is your support. Now, of course, it's happy to see that all the electric vehicles are rising. Let's take a look at whether Geely Auto follows suit. Geely Auto is actually still sleeping here at about 1606, so it hasn't risen. There is an underperformance on Geely Auto. Let's take a look at the other Chinese EV electric vehicles. Li Auto goes up $18. You've seen NIO, Chinese Tesla, also rallied from about 16 to 19, but still I think at about 20, a lot of people are selling. Remember that NIO had a dilution, so you might have forgotten. I think because of that dilution, at the moment, this $20 would still prove to be a resistance. Now, I don't want to pop the Tesla bubble, but remember that at $500, there is a dilution here. So I think that at $500, that would still be a resistance. So after buying at about the dip of a 360, 375, the low is actually about 330. I'd say that some of us will take profits here at about 450 all the way to 500, even if it goes 600. So I think that that 500 mark, it's gonna be hard to go all-time highs, even if BYD had gone all-time highs. The problem is BYD might even do a dilution offering for all you know. So I think that it's typical for a lot of companies to raise money. NIO did, Tesla did. Long term, it should be good. They're taking advantage of the market's happiness on electric vehicles. Now, XPEV, of course, rallied as well. Another Chinese Tesla, $21 already. It could even rise to 22, 23, 24. Hasn't truly gone 100% yet, so it could even go 50, 17 to 50 for all I know. So Alibaba back XPEV. If you have other electric vehicle ideas, do let us know. I am of the belief that a lot of winners will win in this EV space. Can we use Skills in the Philippines? I think so. It is a worldwide company, so try to download it in the iOS App Store and try to win some money playing games. Hi, Miss Nikki. For Hong Kong market, what is your outlook on 981 and Meituan Yanping? Thanks, I bought BYD yesterday. Congrats. So you have 1211. Sure. SMIC, semiconductor, I didn't study this. I think there is fraud, isn't it? Tama ba? I think there was a headline news about this company being a fraud. So the reality is in Hong Kong, I am not too concentrated in Hong Kong unless like you are, unless it is a secular trend pick that I love. So it's not in my list, and the fact that it's gone 50% down is not. It's never gonna be part of my list. I don't buy losers, so I think this is a loser. So I wouldn't even touch it. What's the other question? Meituan. Meituan went to my watch list. But I think right now, Meituan is not something that I would buy. So it delivers, right? So it's a delivery company. It is something like it is a food delivery company at the end of the day. Meituan Dianping, you can order stuff. It's already 400% up from 70, 80, right? How much is it now? I wouldn't buy it. If you're gonna ask me, even if at 250, yes, the secular trend is there, but I would argue that this one could drop. So from 60 to 250, I'd say that yeah, I wouldn't bother. Meituan Dianping is a company that I wouldn't bother buying, even if it goes like 100% further. At these levels, I wouldn't buy. Actually, at 60, 80, 100, I felt that it was already expensive. It's just a company that I don't want to buy because of the cash burn. So like a lot of food delivery companies aren't really making money. And Tencent owns Meituan Dianping. Because Tencent has money to burn, they can help Meituan Dianping burn money. But I don't want to invest in companies that are burning money for real. And Meituan Dianping is not a company that passes my test. Any thoughts on Nike? Nike, I like that. Nike at about 67 and 85. I published that. Today it's trading at $120. Nike is a direct-to-consumer company. It's one of those high-quality companies that I was rooting for when the market fell. So Nike, Starbucks, Disney, these are your high-quality cyclicals that I believe are going to turn out good enough, just as well as Shake Shack. Shake Shack right now is trading at $70. It went from about 35 to 70. So usually with a company that is in a bad industry, like restaurants, retail, you have to really have a good management to weather out that pandemic. So I think Nike, even if they have bad earnings, I think that they have a good chance to do well with the direct-to-consumer environment. Same as for Starbucks. So these are those, same as for Airbnb, to be honest. That's why I would buy Airbnb IPO. What about Zoom? For Zoom Video, I already picked it up. So Zoom Video, I bought it at about 80, 88. I also bought at about 135. I bought at 200, erroneously sold at 230, 240. And I got back in at about 360. 360, 350, I got back in that recent dip. Today, Zoom is trading at 411. I'd say that Zoom is expensive, but expensive for a reason. Zoom still has a problem when it comes to, Zoom right now is being used in multiple functions, especially in classrooms. So I think Zoom will eventually, my speculation is Zoom will buy a lot of other small companies to augment the use cases of Zoom, whether it be for classroom education, for just bonding with your friends. But I think that Eric Yen is so good that they are really the Michael Jordan of the pandemic. I wouldn't sell it, even if there might be some resistance at 470. It depends really on your portfolio allocation. If your portfolio owns Zoom video less than 5%, you might as well hold it. If you bought like more than 5% of Zoom, let's say you have about 10% of your allocation of your portfolio in Zoom, you can sell half. So I wouldn't sell my Zoom if I have so little of Zoom. But if you have so much of Zoom and so much of Tesla, you can sell a bit. So that's it. Your thoughts on First Solar? I like First Solar. I don't want to sell it. I'm just going to hold it. So on dips, I'll buy more for solar. I am a believer. I'm a very big believer of all these solar firms. Solar panels such as Canadian Solar, First Solar. I like all of them. It passes my awesome 10x test. So I'm going to hold them for about 5 to 10 years, 2020 to 2030. That's it. Thank you very much. And I'm thankful for all the subscribers of the channel. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Share it to your friends. Help us click the bell, click those likes so that there will be more people who learn more about Awesome 10X. Click the notification bell so that you can never miss our Awesome 10X videos daily. Thank you very much, and then see you again tomorrow. And I hope that you're doing well in your Awesome 10X life. Thank you. Bye-bye.